17 years ago, the then 15-year-old Carlo Cutis died of leukemia. Born in 1991, the same year as the launch of the World Wide Web, Blessed Carlo Cutis has been hailed by Pope Francis as an example of love and holiness in our complex digital age. From a young age, Carlo Cutis' enthusiasm for Jesus was contagious. His witness brought his own family back to the faith. He called the Eucharist my highway to heaven. Blessed Carlo Cutis is the first millennial to be beatified by the Catholic Church. In a special interview, his mother, Antonia Salzano, discusses his short life and eternal legacy with Monse Alvarado, President and COO at EWTN News.
Carlo did the first Holy Communion when he was 7 years old, and in that occasion he wrote, "To be always united with God, this is my life program." And he started to go to Mass each day, to do Eucharistic adoration each day, the daily prayer of the Rosary, and also the Bible. For Carlo, the Bible was like a compass.
You mentioned that he did his First Communion early. He also started teaching catechism at about 11 years old. What was that like?
Because he was, probably was a little bit a genius, let's put, especially for computer. Because when he was 9 years old, he started to read and to study the book we were buying in the engineer faculty of Milano. So he had this gift, this skill, but he didn't use because he wanted to become rich doing app or whatsoever. He wanted to use because he understood the importance of internet. That has a fantastic potential of evangelization. And the internet had just started at that time. And so he wanted really to be able, with the skills, to do things for the church. And one of the things he did was some exhibitions that are going all over the world, especially the one on Eucharistic miracle.
Yes. What was his life growing up like? I know when we think about saints' lives, we think of perfect lives. Were there difficulties for him?
Well, basically, Carlo has a pure heart, so maybe he didn't have the difficulties with his class, with his friends, because they respect him. He didn't have a clerical behavior. He was very sweet, very, very humble, and so people all loved him, because really he didn't create situation of difficulties. Of course, the difficult life that each one of us has to face, the studies, the normal difficulties, but really, Carlo used to face this always with Christ in the center.
2 years ago in an interview, you said that Carlo was your little savior. How did he affect your faith? Was there a moment where you didn't have faith?
With the coming of Carlo, everything changed. Carlo was very advanced because 3 months the first word, 5 months already was speaking. 4 years he was writing and reading. And I always say that he was running in front of time. He wanted to enter in the church when we were working. He was 3 years old, and he wanted to stay in front of the tabernacle, in front of the cross. Why I say that he was my savior? Because through Carlo, I understood that really Jesus is present in the Blessed Sacrament and in the sacrament. That the sacrament are the means through which the Holy Trinity gives us grace. Through Carlo, I understand that the Eucharist is really so important. And Carlo was the one who made me understand this. And I said always that to understand that in the Blessed Sacrament there is the real presence of God was the discovery of my life. Probably the most important discovery of my life.
Well, we're so grateful for your time. Thank you so much, Mrs. Cutis.
Thank you. Thank you.